What if your next smartwatch could reflect your personality better than ever right out of the box? As we get closer to Samsung's big Unpacked event on July 9th, new leaks are revealing some exciting updates for the upcoming Galaxy Watch 8 series. And no, it's not just about better specs or faster performance. This time, it's all about customization. A recent software teardown has pulled back the curtain on 7 new watch faces, giving us a sneak peek into what could be Samsung's most flexible smartwatch experience yet. These designs were spotted in the Galaxy Watch 7 Manager app, which usually controls watch features, but this time it held a few surprises. Even though these features are not always guaranteed to make it to launch, they line up almost perfectly with what we saw in recent promotional images of the Galaxy Watch 8. That's why people are convinced these faces are going to be part of the final product. Let's talk about what's actually coming. There's minimal analog and minimal digital, both designed to keep things simple and clean, likely great for those who want something straightforward. Then there's Sporty Classic and Heritage Classic, clearly targeting users who like the traditional look of analog watches with a modern twist. Interactive number seems like a fun one, possibly with touch-based features or animations. But the most practical ones might be Gradient Info Board and Circle Info Board, both of which seem to focus on showing important information like steps, heart rate, and notifications right on the main screen. It's not just about how the watch looks, it's also about how useful it is at a glance. That's something smartwatch users always appreciate, getting all your key data in one place without tapping through menus. And that brings us to the bigger picture. Samsung isn't only updating the software, the hardware is getting a refresh too. Leaks suggest the Galaxy Watch 8 Ultra might come with a new squircle shape, basically a mix between a square and a circle, which could help with more screen space while keeping the watch stylish. That means you're not only getting more face designs, but a whole new way of wearing them. This focus on visual customization feels like a smart move, especially when smartwatches are becoming fashion statements as much as tech tools. And if these watch faces are already built into the app code, it's a strong sign they'll be part of the launch. Of course, nothing is official until Samsung says so on stage, but with the event just around the corner, we won't have to wait much longer. If this leak is any clue, then Samsung is finally making personalization a bigger priority for its wearable line. That could be a big deal for people who want their devices to look and feel just right without downloading third-party apps. Could Apple really move its logo after all these years? That's the big question stirring up conversations ever since rumors started pointing to a bold redesign for the iPhone 17 Pro to iPhone 17 Pro Max. While nothing is confirmed yet, some recent leaks are adding fuel to the fire, especially one suggesting Apple may not only change the look of the camera system, but also shift the position of its iconic logo. The latest leak comes from Majin Buu, a known leaker with a hit or miss record. He claims that the iPhone 17 Pro series will feature a much larger camera island that stretches across the top of the phone, forcing Apple to place the logo lower on the back panel. That's right, after years of keeping the Apple logo dead center, the company might be moving it toward the bottom half of the phone, just beneath the rumored camera bar. According to Boo, this information comes from a company that designs and manufactures phone cases, and they're already working on molds based on this new design. Now, of course, case manufacturers often get early dimensions and layouts, but it's worth taking this with a grain of salt. Still, it wouldn't be the first time Apple moved its logo. If you remember, with the iPhone 11 in 2019, Apple dropped the iPhone text from the back and shifted the logo to the center. So Apple has made logo adjustments before, though they're not frequent. If this leak turns out to be accurate, it would mark the first major change to the camera layout since that same iPhone 11 series. Back then, the square bump was introduced. Now, the rumor is that while the 3 main cameras will still be on the left side, the flash and lidar scanner could shift to the right, creating a stretched horizontal camera bar design. This could give the iPhone a more symmetrical look, something Apple has been inching toward over the years. There was also talk earlier from the same source about a new vapor chamber cooling system being introduced in the iPhone 17 Pro, aimed at improving thermal performance during gaming or heavy multitasking. But Majin Buu now seems less certain about that detail, hinting that Apple might be struggling to implement it in time. It's also possible the feature should be delayed or dropped altogether, depending on testing results. What makes this situation even more interesting is the timing. Apple is going head-to-head with Samsung's Galaxy S25 series, which is expected to bring performance improvements, but not a huge design change. So a more dramatic iPhone redesign could help Apple grab more attention and stand out visually from its main rival. Apple usually plays it safe with design tweaks, preferring subtle over flashy. But sometimes it throws in a surprise, and with competition heating up, now might be the perfect moment for a bold move. What if Samsung's most loved smartwatch was making a big return, but this time with a brand new twist? That's exactly what's happening with the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. Just days ahead of Samsung's Unpacked event on July 9th, a real-world image of the watch has surfaced, and it's giving us a much clearer picture of what could be Samsung's next big thing for your wrist. This isn't just another computer render or a blurry leak. This photo, shared by leaker Setsuna Digital, also known as Instant Digital, shows us the actual device in someone's hand. And what really grabs attention is the shape. It's no longer the fully round design that classic fans have come to expect. Instead, Samsung seems to be going with a squircle shape, a mix between a square and a circle. We first saw this kind of design with the Galaxy Watch Ultra, and now it looks like Samsung wants to use it across the board. Now, let's talk about the details. The Galaxy Watch 8 Classic in this leak has a metal body and a black leather strap that gives it a clean, premium look. On the side, we see two physical buttons, nothing surprising there. But what's exciting is the return of the rotating bezel. That's right, the one feature that truly made Samsung's classic line stand out from all the others is back. It gives users a tactile, satisfying way to navigate the watch without touching the screen too much. For a while, Samsung had replaced this with a digital version, but that never really had the same feel. So bringing it back might be a smart move to win back longtime fans. Looking closer, the bezel looks thinner this time, and the screen might be slightly larger than before. It's not confirmed yet, but the leak does suggest a sleeker overall design. We've also heard talk that the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic could come with a brighter screen and stronger durability, possibly tougher glass or a more water-resistant build. Those would be welcome upgrades for anyone planning to use the watch for workouts, outdoor activities, or just everyday wear and tear. Still, Samsung hasn't confirmed anything about the specs just yet. What makes this leak so interesting is how it lines up with everything else we've seen recently. Over the past few weeks, leaks around the entire Galaxy Watch 8 lineup have been picking up. CAD-based renders gave us a basic idea of what to expect. Then there was a strange eBay listing that showed what appeared to be a working Watch 8 Classic, suggesting that test or early retail units may already be floating around. And now, this photo adds even more proof that the Watch 8 Classic is ready to go. So why does this matter? Because Samsung seems to be taking the Classic name in a slightly new direction.